Welcome back, everyone, to Lore of the Shadow, where today we are searching for searchers. Yes, and look at this. I think that's one of our searchers right over there. And since what they're searching for could be something that we don't want to find, we shall deal with them and make sure that they never find it. Of course, if they're unable to report anything back, well, that makes it all the better. I am also searching for a waterfall, such as this one that's right up ahead. Maybe this will have a suitable clean spot where we can collect some water that hasn't been tampered by the orcs. How'd you like that? Let's see how this is. This is the waterfall mentioned by Radwolf. Oh, okay, how nice. Let's collect some water. Oh, clear, cold water. Perfect. Now, I guess I need to search for some saddlebags. Ah! What's this? A saddlebag. Alright, that's one of them. Are there any more of them in the area? Or is that the only one? Oh, hold on. Ah! Another saddlebag. Hey, that's two saddlebags. Means we just need one more and we will be done. Well, done with saddlebags at least. I still have to find an orc that escaped with an arrow. Well, I think the arrow was embedded in the orc, but we need to get the arrow back. Why? Don't ask! Some people just love their priced arrows. Well, at least it's not embedded in a Vonk with jewel on it or anything like that. Though perhaps an orc would be just as bad in that department. Let's see. Now, is there an orc around here? Ah! Well, there's a dead orc right over there. But where are the odds that this is the right orc? Before the entrance of a dark cave lies the body of a fallen orc. It seems to have succumbed to the wounds before reaching the dark safety of the cave mouth. Embedded in its leg you find a red-fletched arrow. This must be Uthlok's prized arrow, which, of course, I take. Very well, I can bring the prized arrow into there and note that there is this cave right over there. Now, what else do I need to do? It looks like I found an orc encampment to the north. Maybe this is where the orc that stole the shield? An orc building a stolen... Oh, sword. Sword, not shield. Alright, let's see what we've got here. We've got... How do we take this one? Toss a... Do I have anything that's useful here? I guess not. I was hoping I'd have a useful spell for this, but... There you go. Now we take care of you. Now, your turn. Oh yeah, Bane Flare. The short range of it probably goes a great deal to explain why in the past I haven't used it all that much. I guess it must be a final self-defense or something like that, but its induction time makes it rather painful to use it in that manner. Was this max target 5 induction is, well, it doesn't give an induction time, but it feels like it takes forever ever in order to get, oh, induction 0.4. It feels a lot more than 0.4 seconds to me. That's all I gotta say about that. Now, are there? Oh, yes. Oh. I sense the presence of an orc shooting arrows at me. I have no idea why. There you go. Now, you can do that. Now. Oh, and you. Aha! Oh, I see what I'm looking for. Is this? An ornate cache requires Scholar Guides Eastman Scholar crafting. Ooh. There we go. Now our start on our next tier of crafting scholarly materials. Now, let's go and find that sword, or that orc that stole the sword. Or let's see what we... no, that's not the way there. On the other side of this rock. There's a skirmisher, and there is a burly orc. Right. So we get you, get you. There we go. I have found the sword. Ah! I guess it's time to return to camp. I have arrived back in camp. Hello there. I brought your arrow.
You say the orc died in front of a cave entrance?
You found it. Ah, look at this arrow. It's the very best one that I possess, and it was foolish of me to loose it as I did, but I was angered. Thank you for returning it to me. I will use more care in the days ahead not to waste it. I want to make sure that it is spent on a worthy opponent, not on some retreating orc. You say that the orc died in from a cave entrance? I'm curious about this cave that you discovered, Pine Lore. What more can you tell me of it? Not much, that's for sure.
We don't know what might lie within that cave, but that fleeing orc wanted to get there.
I think that you should go back to that cave mouth and investigate. You should finish helping out around the camp first, of course. I don't want to deprive my friends of your aid. Go investigate the cave once everyone there is satisfied and that our camp is prepared for whatever the orcs may have in store for us. All right. Finish helping the Rohirrim, then investigate the cave. Now, what else have we got here? Ah, Mansig.
You have done well.
I can now provide food and water for the horses under my care for a time. Thank you. You have been a great help not only to me, but to Langwanu, Swiftig, and the other men and horses as well. All right. And whee! Okay. And here we have Mansig. Oh, that's right. That was... yeah, Rodwolf. This is Mansig.
I do not need to know what they were looking for to be glad they have not found it.
Keep aiding my men, Pineleaf. What is good for Rohan is good for all people of this land. Okay. Good. And now we have the one who lost the sword.
Ah, you did it. I will hold on to the sword for now.
It brings me joy in my heart to know that that orc will no longer wield the stolen sword. Now, who did he steal it from, I wonder? Wilford takes the blade and examines it carefully. I would say that it is from Gondor, though it doesn't have much in the way of ornamentation. I will hold on to it for now. It could use a good cleaning, perhaps it will drink orc blood again, as it was intended to do. Thank you, Pine Lore. By wresting it from the clutches of that orc, you have restored all measure of this blade's dignity. I had forgot that this was not his sword, but that he saw that he was wielding a
You do not think I
stone sword.
remained here in idleness, do you? Because I did not.
Ooh, I went hunting as well, but I didn't hunt stag or elk or fowl. Nay, my hunt was for the foes of my people, the orc and the uruk. In the woods I found two such creatures discussing a recent battle. I thought that they spoke of the orc ambush that troubled this very camp, but then they spoke of a mighty hero that cut down dozens of their number. At a moment I leapt from the concealing brushes and slew them, shouting, "To your sorrow he returns!" Afterwards, I decided they probably spoke not of me, but of another. There is another glade to the far southeast of here, at a narrow place between the cliffs and the great lake. That might be the one of which they spoke. Go there and see what there is to see. I want to know what happened to the hero that's mightier than even a Wilfred. All right. I guess I can do that. Now, I think that's it, right? Okay, I suppose that means I should go to the cave. The good news is that I'm not assaulted by 100 orcs as soon as I enter the cave. In fact... Oh. Hello there.
Hmm? Oh, I did not see you approach, but here you are.
Well, now, look at this. A hobbit, is it? Ah, it is, yes. Ah, you are a welcome change from the orcs, I can tell you that. There is no shortage of those creatures down here, and they are interfering with my studies and my enjoyment of this journey both. With your help, I imagine that they will be less of a problem. My companions are still above ground and are unavailable to help. I can't imagine Rodwin even realizes that I'm missing. Oh, perhaps she's the one who is missing? Yes, that sounds much more reasonable. Aha.
Orcs and insects. Insects and orcs.
If I were studying either orcs or insects, this cave network would be a dream come true. But sadly, I'm not. My studies are more esoteric than these trivialities, but they are endangered by the dangers of this place. My friends have a camp near the grassy lawn of Parthgalen. Oh, I'm looking for Parthgalen. Ah, if you know where that is, and they have decided the orcs in the east wall are too dense for us to proceed northwards, I left them to discuss what to do next and found my way to these caves. Why not explore these while you determine the next course of action? I learned quickly that the water is very treacherous. Try not to fall into it, because you will not come back out. I entered this cave network from what may have been the southernmost entrance, and from my exploration it appears that there are 3 entrances to this network, as well as 3 side tunnels. Explore those 3 side tunnels and tell me what you find, and I'll reward you with the twin gifts of knowledge and of gratitude, and perhaps a more monetary gift as well. Alright, hey. You couldn't tell me where I could find a bog guardian like that? Yeah? Okay, you will if I finish this. Okay, you're in. I'm in. All right, let's see what we got here. Well, this is definitely not a good place to go. Okay, that's the entrance. There he said don't fall into the water, I think is the warning he gave. I'm trying to say, how do I get down to there? Oh! Yes. That's what I need to do. Well, this looks like one of those orc passages. Well, I don't see any orcs at the moment. They must have gone out for tea or something. Oh, well, that one's not out for tea. I guess he was just a patrol. Alright. They're just... You make a note of the Moria orcs' presence in this room for Asterian's map. You have found a chamber full of orcs from Moria. Okay, I need to explore this one. I have 2 other passages to do. I think he's going to send me back in here later in order to kill the orc, so... I'll just make a note of for now and then head on back. So now to Area 2. Now, see this beyond that. Okay, don't go down that way. I think that would be good. Wait, this place is dangerous, full of nasty places where an unsuspecting hobbit could fall. And that is a swift current. At least it looks swift to me. And he said that it was swift, so I guess it looks swift to him also. Right, now anything this way, or is this just another way down to death? Yeah, it looks like another way down to death. And then next ramp. Ah, alright, this looks like the way to the insects. Based on the makeup of this area. Down in here. I hope these things don't hatch on me or something like that as I go through. Ooh, hobbit, my favorite birth meal. Oops. Oops. There we go. You make a note of the great big presence in this room for Storon's map. The hissing pit? Alright. Well, that is 2 of the areas. Now let's go and find the 3rd side passage. That will be this way, I guess, up this ramp. Up and around. Alright, there's an exit from the cave network. He did say that there were 3 of them, and I presume that the one I entered through was one of those 3. Looks like not much patrols the area on the outside of it. Maybe that's good news. Maybe the insects and the orcs have some sort of truce. Such as, you don't disturb us and we won't eat you. Alright, there is the 3rd entrance. Now, is there a... No, there isn't. So I must have, once again, missed the passage. Oh. Ah! Here's a passage. Get up here. This looks like another orc area. Maybe they conquered one of these from the insects, and so the insects are down to one area now, which means, of course, that they don't have a truce if that's true. There we go. up, up, up. Looks like these are not particularly learned orcs. You make a note of the large orc presence for Astorian's map. Well, I suppose that means I should get back to Astorian. Ah, here he is. Here's your map.
I have decided. I shall name this tunnel system the Underwall.
Because it's under the east wall. Oh, nice and original. Do you see why? It runs beneath the east wall. Very clever, is it not? Yeah, I'm sure I would never have figured that out.
Do you think you could pick some of those glowing flowers for me?
You mentioned glowing flowers in the corners of some of these side passages. I am very interested in these. Do you think that you could pick some of them for me and bring them back? They may have useful properties. Asterian's attention wanders as he contemplates something. After a moment, seems to notice you again. Ah, glowing flowers. Glowers. Glowers, fine lore. Glowers of the underwall. Give me some of these glowers, friends, so I can study them. You will find them in the corners of the side passages. Right. And don't worry, I won't be glowering at him after this quest. I suspect I'll be finding an orc or two as I look for these glowers. There you go. Now, with the orcs... No, I'm supposed to be picking them, right? Ah! Glistershade. Well... Okay, well, whether you call them Glistershade or glowers, I presume those are the plants that I want. Oh, and... Let's see, how about... Alright, and let's see, how about, oh, there we are. Here. Good. That's 2 Glistershades. Oh. And let's take care of this. Okay, good. Any academic artifacts in this place? I don't see any sign of them, but besides, I'm also looking for these glowering Glistershades. Ah, here's a glowering Glistershade. Alright, so now, any more around here? Oopsie-daisy! There you go. There you go. There you go. And orcs fall down. Let's see, there is... Oh, down this way. Really? Oh! Up here! I didn't see that ramp. Okay. I think that's it for the Glistershade in this area. I guess I'll need to search one of the other passages. Now let's see if we can find any of these glowering Glistershades within the bug tunnel. Oh. Yeah, like this one. And do we have any more? You know, I think it would have been a whole lot easier if I had bothered just picking them up when I was going through here in the first place. Oh well. Hey. Oh, oopsie daisy. Well, we have to deal with them. It's down. So we'll have to deal with the... Apparently the big bugs are going to be a bit of a problem. Well, I guess that's always true in these places. There you go. Ah. This should be a good enough number to impress that lore master so that I can learn the secret of finding that nice little bog guardian that he has. I have returned with the glowers.
Well, these are just Glistershade. Their only special property is that they glow.
Ah, yes. Well, maybe not as common as that, but they're close to it. Yes, all they do is glow. They do absolutely nothing else. I suppose they are fine if you want to attract attention, but I have collected much more interesting things than these throughout my storied past. Well, thank you anyway, Pine Lore. But one thing, I have noticed that you are not using the name Underwall for these tunnels, and I think that you should. It is a good name, and I will like you to use it. You should also call these flowers glowers if you would like. Oh. Even though that you told me right now that they were Glistershades. Okay.
I have determined from where these orcs came.
Ooh, yes? These orcs are from Moria, deep beneath the misty mountains. According to conversations I overheard while examining the moss that grows down in the underwalls, they've come from this place following a trail of some kind. I don't know what they are following, but it sounds like that they skirted some elf woods. That has to be the Golden Wood. I have heard so much about. Yes, I am pretty sure they meant the Golden Wood. It is no wonder that they avoided it, but I am surprised that they have come this far from Moria in pursuit of their prey. Well, I guess I shouldn't tell them that I've been to the Golden Wood. It is only right that these orcs be sent back to Moria. If you find one of their leaders, challenge him in combat and defeat him to send a message to his underlings. Will I be able to send a message to the underlings? Will I be able to defeat the orcs? Will I be able to get a bog guardian just like the one he has? Let's find that out in the next episode of Lore of the Shadow.